please correct me if I'm wrong, because I think I started noticing you kind of in this region, say about 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, right. 12 years
yeah.
ago. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were called the junk food man on
Yes,
Instagram. Okay,
exactly.
fine.
Yes.
Okay.
It was me.
Okay.
It's still me, but yeah. I used to eat only junk food.
Okay.
So that's the thing.
Even when you were in culinary school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wow.
That's why people were laughing at me, and that's why I got this nickname, because they were like, "You're the junk food man," because you like really wake up in the morning and eat all the horrible junk food, you know?
Kind of like what, fried chicken and
Everything, all the
candy.
all the big brands that
Okay.
you know that are doing fast food.
Yeah,
That was
everything.
breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Okay.
You know, and drinking soda like 1.5 liters every day. Like really,
I'm not sure I've ever spoken to another chef who's really told me this.
I don't know. It's like the reality. I was really doing that.
Yeah.
People were like, "You're doing fine dining, but you're like eating junk food. You're the junk food man," you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's kind of like gimmicky and it's funny. Let's work on it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kept it, but since I opened the restaurant, I wanted to go back to my real name.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like, you know, it's a mixed communication. When people come to Chez Wam and they're like, "Ah, yeah, junk food man," and they're expecting that I only like street food and junk food here, which is not, but we still have some junk food stuff on the menu, you know.
Okay.
You have the fried camembert, you have
Yeah.
like the cheeseburger. So there's like still this stuff in me.
That you still love.
I love junk food,
Yeah.
not junk food in a bad way, but I
Yeah.
love street food. I love
Yeah.
like, you know, some stuff like that, but I also love fine dining.
Yeah. And with that, you know, you did, like you said, culinary school, and it's something, I guess you realized that, hey, this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
What happened after that? Just let's tell our listeners a brief overview of where your journey went from culinary school to where you are today.
So during culinary school, I did my training with like 2 and 3 Michelin stars restaurants in Paris. So Joël Robuchon, Alain Passard, Jean-Pierre Vigato, only like big names in the industry, which is super cool, to be honest.
Great
and, like,
learning experience.
Amazing. I will highly recommend to everyone, and you learn a lot. But yeah, again, I think I always wanted to move, always wanted to do things, always wanted to like, you know, be on a movement. So basically, after that, what I did is like I left France straight away and I went to Morocco. It's not that I keep moving, but I like to learn new stuff, and I get in a comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I think it's not me. So you know, after the experience at the hotel in the Palmeraie, I wanted to do something different. So I went to a bigger group where I learned more like commercial cooking, I would say, and how to handle more the HR part of the cooking. So the staffing, the costing. And after that, I wanted to leave Morocco and do something different. So I came to Dubai.
Yeah.
I was the executive chef of a cooking school called the Top Chef Cooking Studio.
Yeah.
And I teaching like classes for 5 years.
You weren't teaching chefs. You were teaching like
I was
regular
teaching,
people.
yeah,
right?
from 2 years old to 70 years old or 90 years old. I don't know how you call it, but it was a super interesting experience. And also, again, I think I've always been like a bit of a social person. I always felt like, you know, in France, the kitchen are always underground or hidden, and you don't really see the chefs. I always felt like I'm attracted to the front of house, you know, being like maybe a waiter, because I used to be a waiter before. I was doing a bit of bartending. So I had the front of house experience where you can talk to the guests. And then I went to the kitchen where you're like, let's hide these people. But we hide the people, but we showcase the plates that are like, you know, masterpiece.
Yeah.
So basically, Top Chef Cooking Studio helped me a lot, like with the social part of it. And then after that, I went to Inked, which is a food platform where we kind of have like a blank canvas, and we were doing a lot of events. So it's based off like, we call it like anything that is food related that can stick to an event. We created also Chef's Table there. After that, I wanted to get back to the real life of being a chef. So I wanted to open my place. And I managed to do that thanks to Rizwan Kasim and to Rika's Hospitality, who opened their door and their arm to me. So yeah, co-owner of Chez Wam now, opened a year ago.
Yeah.
And this was a work in progress for like the last 10 years in my head, and the last 2 years from on paper to reality.
And are there a lot of influences from, I guess, your travels, you know,
Yes.
when you were in Morocco, for example?
Of course, it's a big stereotype, but unfortunately, you cannot escape from it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I'm doing my cooking, I have to express myself.
Yeah.
So what is me is like me that I spend time born and raised in Paris, spend time in Morocco, spend time a bit in New York, spend time in Saint Barthélemy, and spend time in Dubai. So on the menu, you can find couscous, you can find dates, you can find adobo, chicken, you can find a burger for the junk food mind style.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a storytelling, but without being too obvious. We don't want to be, yes, this is from Hadrien's childhood. No, but it's cool and fun. Like, for example, the lemon curd is my mom recipe.
Okay.
Like, there's a joke behind because she does the best lemon pie for me.
Okay.
But I never managed to do it.
Okay.
Because she never give me the ingredients. Always, this, that, whatever. And I like, okay, I will never be able to do it, but let me do my style.
Yeah.
And I did mine. And
Yeah.
people love it. So, I think it's all about that. I like when food is playful. I like when people gather around the table, enjoy together.
Yeah.
Just came back from Cairo. And I had multiple lunch and dinners, and obviously you're taking some influences from the chefs. Yeah. And it's not about like taking their recipe, but it's like taking some flavors, some ideas. One of the Chef Alvaro from Colombia, he mixed kiwi with crab, which I would have never even imagined of. For me, kiwi is a fruit that you cut in half and you eat it like that.
Yeah.
Never I will put it on the menu,
Yeah.
even as a sauce. I see kiwi sauce, I'm like, no, not for me. It's outstanding.
Yeah.
I was in Kufus in the pyramids. And the chef was doing like a very dark motabal, and he's mixing it with the date pomegranate molasses and some tahini inside, which is something that I will have never done either.
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay,
I think you get influenced by everyone and you can do mix and match. Like cooking is, there's no definition. You can go crazy.
Obviously, there's so much research and development that goes into making one dish. It's not like you just, here you go, here's the new dish. So what is it that inspires you when you are coming up with new things?
Look, I think it's either like out of the blue and you're like, taking some stuff from the freezer or the chiller or like, and you're like, oh, let's try something like that. Or sometimes it's just like, you know what? I want to do something with duck breast, or I want to do something with tomatoes. I think sometimes it's a feeling, and sometimes it's when it comes from a product. Because, for example, we are a restaurant, so a restaurant has also some dishes. We need to have dish for everyone, kind of, you know. So maybe we're missing like some red meat or some chicken. So let's work on the product.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just go freestyle, and you're like, you know what? Let's do something cool. I want a sauce that is like, a bit sour, something fresh, refreshing, something like that. And I work a lot with the team, so every month we try to ask them to do like some R&D.
Okay, yeah.
So every station, like cold section, hot section, dessert section, will come to us and present a dish. Sometimes it's a failure, sometimes it's great, and we try to like mix it. Sometimes we use only the sauce from the starter section and the cooking method from the main course section, and mix it together and make a special. So at Chez Wam, we like to do specials.
Okay, yeah.
I think inspiration comes from everything.
Yeah.
It can come from travel, it can come from art, from music, it can come in your sleep. It can, it's not like I don't like look at a piece of art and be, oh yes, I'm so inspired by this.
Okay.
Let's not lie to each other, but I think it's when you want to create, inspiration comes.
And even I guess from what you're saying, inspiration from your team as well, right? Like the ideas that they have.
Of course, it's very important. The adobo, for example, we used to have adobo chicken as a staff meal. And I tried it and I was like, that's really good. It's very nice. I love it. It's adobo chicken and stuff. And the Filipino chef, they were joking, they're laughing at me. They're like, yeah, it's our dish that we eat every day with rice. I was like, let's put it on the menu. They're like, how come? They don't do it the same way. They take the chicken, they chop it and everything. So we took it with like yellow corn-fed chicken, which is olive-fed chicken. So the chicken eat green olives from Greece. And then we like use as a skewer. We cook it on a raw batter.
Nice.
We implement a bit more of like maybe French and Japanese technique. We serve it with like a pearl couscous from Morocco.
Yeah.
And that's how the dishes are like cool and creative.
My mouth is watering now.
Me too. I think long time I didn't try it. I need to try it again.
You were talking about this also with James Knight Pacheco.
Yes.
We recorded with him recently.
Love him.
Such a joy.
Yeah.
And we were also talking about people in the industry now coming in, whether it's harder to train them now or not, or whether we're needing to perhaps encourage them a little bit more to come in the industry. I'd love your take on that as well.
I think it's, this industry is very hard. It's a complicated industry. I feel like, you know, like 10 years ago, being a chef, or 20 years ago, being a chef was not like really a cool job. Now it's like, wow, you're a star, something like that. So I think the young generation and the new generation wants to bypass everything and they want to be a chef straight away. They're like, yeah, I can learn from TikTok, I can learn from YouTube. But I think you still need to go through some steps in life to make sure that you put your base. Obviously, like there's some chefs that are like self-driven, self-taught, that are even better than some chefs that learn for 20 years. But I think it's hard because they want to go fast for everything. And here in Dubai, I think also like being a chef for the kitchen staff is more like to make money than a passion. You go to Europe, you go to like, you know, Australia and stuff, it's a passion. The guys come with their knife, sharpened knife. They have like books at home. They want to do that as a future. They want to create a future and build a career. I think here it's more like a good way to make money. And it's like, you know, whatever. I couldn't find something else, so I'll be a chef. You know, it's like an easy industry to go in. So I think it's complicated. It's complicated to train the staff. It's complicated because you have so many nationalities and so many different cultures. So it's not
different ways of learning as well.
I mean, French people, we used to work a military way, you know. So some stuff don't work for like some countries, some cultures, and I think that's the beauty of it. At the end of the day, it's how much you want to teach people, how much they want to learn, and then you get into like the right middle. You know, I think you get into the place where you're like, okay, this is where they can learn. This is what they can learn. We push them, you know, maybe not buy cookbook if they don't have the money, but you know, here at Chez Wam behind me, you have so many cookbooks. It's open for everyone. Any chefs can come and check the cookbooks. You know, try to teach them things, how to sharpen a knife. If they have a little bit of money from their tips, I highly recommend buy your own knife. You know, it's always nicer. It's your own thing. They see my knives at the pass that I have like, you know, an expose of like all my beautiful pieces. So, you know, it's try to give them a bit more of like passion into the stuff and not only like a daily job where they just come like, you know, 9 to 5 and do the things and then go home and that's it.
It's passion and pride in what they're doing.
It's very important, especially in this industry. It's so tough that I think if you're not passionate about it, there's no need to do it.
You've obviously opened Chez Wam with Rikas. And is there, I guess for you in your ideal world, are there other types of restaurants or concepts that you'd love to have?
Yeah, 200 million concepts I would love to have. But, you know, running a business like that is it's tough. I think there is a lot to bring, a lot to do, a lot to experience. I think I would love to maybe do like a chef's table experience only. You know, like a 12 or 20 seaters, more experiential, more fun. But again, maybe it's not the right time. Maybe it's not the right thing. Maybe something more street food also, because you know, junk food man is still here in the
still
back,
there, hidden inside.
So you know, I think food is very broad, and you can do so many stuff. But I think yes, Chez Wam is already like a great example of like what I wanted. There's definitely way more to do here, and so many other concepts. But I am not a chef that has skills to do Italian, Mediterranean, and Japanese. I am a chef who has skills to do me, which is good and bad. What's good is like I do it and I do it properly, but what's bad is like I'm not too wide in that range. So I'm not the kind of chef like a business owner will come and say, oh, good, we'll take this guy and he will become corporate and open 20 restaurants. That's not my style. So we might be a problem because I will open like multiple restaurants that will look like, feel like, and taste like Chez Wam.
But it's you, so.
It's me. It has to be me. It has to be me. If not, I don't know how to do it. Or I don't do it well.
Do you have a favorite ingredient you like to cook with, or like your go-to if you had to make something?
I mean, I cannot live without butter, that's for sure.
Yeah, fair.
And I can use it for like from starters to dessert.
Okay.
I'm very, I'm very thankful with everything that I cook, you know. I think meat is amazing, but meat is more like cook the meat and it's what's on the side that will make the dish wow.
Right.
For the fish, I think the fish can implement so many cool flavors into it, but it's like the sauce that you will put next to the fish that will create like something. So I don't think I have like favorite ingredient, but I'm very like a big fan of passion fruit. I'm a big fan of everything pickled, like pickle everywhere. I love it. yeah, so that's about it.
Okay.
Everything's sour.
And I also see behind you there are a couple of awards for
Yeah.
best newcomer
Yes.
In different categories, which is great to get when you launch, right?
It's not even great. It's outstanding. We didn't even thought that we will get anything. And after 6 months, we got two best newcomer, and we were like extremely proud and very happy. And for me, it's for the team. You know, I'm like, as soon as I got the award, I sent it to on our WhatsApp group for them, and I even left the place. I was like, I'm not staying for the after party. I need to go and bring it to my team and to my chefs and to show them that you know it's also thanks to them.
Yeah, of course.
And we are not chasing awards, but we're always happy to get them.
Yeah. I mean, they must be on the back of your mind though for something.
Of course, I
surely.
will lie to you if I say no, it's not. But we don't work towards that. But we always like appreciate and very thankful when this kind of things comes to us.
Yeah.
We get recognized by people. You get more visibility from chef, more visibility from clients. It brings business at the end of the day, so it's good, you know.
I have a question now for you. We ask all our guests this, so you get to answer this question.
Okay.
What is it that nourishes your soul?
A lot of things, but I will say family. Yeah, my family, my wife, my 2 kids. This is what makes me happy. This is what nourishes my soul. This is what gives me real power to go to work and to do things.
Yeah.
But professionally, what nourishes my soul is also to see the entity that we can create together as a team. You know, when you see the kitchen team, when you see the front of house team, and you see a busy night here, when all clients are happy, you go and talk to the clients. That's what nourishes my soul also.
Yeah.
So I would say personally, yes, my family 100%. And professionally is when you see the place buzzing and you see like good feedback from clients. And not only, it's good, I like your food. It's like some proper feedback when they spot on some stuff that we did that a lot of people will not notice. And they're like, oh, we noticed that.
Yeah. When someone notices those details.
Yes.
Yeah.
The hard work that has been put on
Yeah.
a simple dish, you know.
Amazing.